Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So before I do anything, I just wanted to point out that they did add a new timed event, a Muddy Bazaar Adventure. They also added a new hangout event for Kuki Shinobu, and I'm actually going to unlock that right now. But I'm not going to start it just yet. Anyways, I will be starting it in this video probably. But I wanted to do one or two of these very fast.
You want to take part in the drum?
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and do Drifter's Destiny on Pro. Euphonia? Yeah, I only got... Yeah, I have to try that again. Come on, I can do better. Come on. Okay, I'm doing a little bit better this time. It's when they start adding the ones where you have to hold down the button that I start getting messed up. Ah. Ah. Come on. Ah! Ah! Okay, I did better that time, but I don't feel like I did. Good grief. Okay, I got Dulcim. So there we go. I'll do one more. I think the Tomas might be a little bit more, tame. Nope, I did miserably that time. Oh, well. I can try again. Okay, so far better. Whoops. Tomas is definitely harder on the higher difficulty level. Come on, there we go. Ah! I feel like I'm almost button mashing, it's a little bit weird. Ah, well. Ah, well. Come on, this should be it. There we go. Maybe I got it, I don't know. Yeah, I did, barely. Oof. That's tough. Okay. I'm done with that for now. I may actually do the rest of those off camera. Just because they are... Whoops. They're a little bit stressful. Anyways. So, a Muddy Bazaar adventure. Let's go to the Liyue's Adventure Guild and talk to Catherine. It seems that the situation has been getting worse over the last 2 days. The exploration team's movements will be limited as a result. Who can I get to take this commission up? Has something happened? Ah, Aether and Paimon, your timing is truly impeccable. Impeccable, you say? Sounds like we've got trouble on our hands again. For reasons unknown, some dark mud-like substance has been pouring out of the caverns and mines of the chasm lately. It is a very sudden affair, and the exploration team has yet to come up with any countermeasure, and so investigations there have started and stopped several times. As such, Kadive has asked the Adventurers Guild to send some help. Eh? Dark mud stuff? Isn't that the thing from beneath the chasm? That's exactly the substance I speak of. I do not know why it has reached the caverns and mines, but either way, the exploration team's progress has been stymied, and even their day-to-day movements have been affected. After all, they rely heavily on the mining tunnels for transportation of goods and materials. How long has this been going on? For some time now. Kadive says that he's found a researcher from Sumeru who can help him out, but that researcher seems to need help themselves. I must admit that this has been troubling me ever since. Kadive probably pays pretty well. Has no one stepped forward? No, I'm afraid, mostly owing to the extreme danger that the dark mud poses. Quite a few people actually came on account of the reward, but the moment they heard it was a chasm, they quickly declined. To make things trickier, most adventurers are not very familiar with the chasm's layout. So the one who accepts this commission will have to be someone with no fear of danger and who knows the chasm like the back of their hand. And just as I was puzzling over this matter, you two dropped by. So that's how it is. Things do seem quite serious, Aether. Right, let's go have a look. Then let's go now, shall we? About that. Kadive did say that you just have to look for that other researcher from Sumeru. Or to quote him verbatim, if anyone's willing to help, tell them to go to the campsite at the chasm. That guy will be there prepping just as usual. Alright, then we'll be off. Thank you. The chasm's safety is in your hands. Okay, so go to the mining camp and look for the Sumeru researcher. It's Hosseini, or however you say his name. It's been a while since I saw him. I didn't think that the environment here would be so unique. In that case, the energy system of the Pursina spikes will... Aether and Paimon. It has been a while. Why are the two of you here at the chasm? Actually, I do recall Kadive saying that you'd help the exploration team out a lot. That said, the situation in the chasm has been worsening. It's no place for a walk in the park. Wait, you are... Oh, come on. Didn't we just meet a short while ago? I mean, I do always end up asking you for help, but that's no reason to pretend that you don't recognize me. Forget it. In that case, allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Hosseini, a researcher at the Academia. I've been working on a device known as the Energy Amplifier, and I even went to Inazuma to do some reference work there. However, I've run out of operating funds for my research, and so I have to return to Sumeru. Okay, Paimon thinks she remembers you now. You do? You're Amplifier Man. I'm quite sure that I've never introduced myself as such. Whatever the case, I received a request from a fellow researcher named Kadive. I owe him a favor regarding research funds from way back. So I'm here at the chasm to help him solve this problem. Well, I hope that explanation's clear enough, in which case let me ask the question. Why are you two here at the chasm? Well, we also just happen to have received a commission from Kadive. So that's you. And to think I was worried when Kadive mentioned that he was going to get some people to help out. Since it's you, I guess there's nothing to worry about. I must admit that if I were to attempt to resolve the dark mud issue here at the chasm myself, it would take a lot of time and energy. But with your help, our odds are, higher. What do you need us to do? You've heard of the Pursina spikes, right? Yeah, I have. A device that can release energy that disrupts the ley lines. According to my hypothesis, we can place the spike at points where the dark mud is pouring out to disrupt the ley line movements and clear it away. Is the dark mud even related to the ley lines? Well, they did appear based on anomalies in the ley lines, so it is very likely that they are related. That's what Kadive and I have discussed anyways. So, we can use a spike to disrupt or even close the openings that allow the ley lines here to access external elements. which will stop the dark mud. I see. However, we were previously just using the spikes to disrupt the ley lines. This is the first time I'm using the spikes to seal them. I have done some estimations and adjusted some of the spikes parameters. In theory, nothing should go wrong. But theory is, as you know, ultimately theory, and theories must all be tested. I was just thinking of beginning the initialization process, in fact, but it has some risks. Well, allow me then. Alright, I'll leave it to you. I will observe from the sides. Okay, so where are we supposed to go for this quest? All the way over there? I'm assuming that this is what I need to interact with. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Dark mud. Why is it flowing out from here? Did I miscalculate? Who knows? Oh, come on. Really? Talk about rotten luck. Don't let them touch this Pursina spike either.
Take flight.
I won't. That said, I was off to a lousy start.
Time for takeoff. Here we
Okay.
go.
There's one down. You know what? I should be able to clear that up. There we go. Stop attacking it.
Brace yourself.
I can't keep up with what Paimon's saying, unfortunately.
Think you can
Too
get
focused
away?
on combat. Come on. So that's 8 out of 21 defeated. I'm out of energy for the...
Here we go.
What do you call it?
This is order.
The Lumenstone Adjuvant.
My apologies.
It would have made sense if the Pursina Spike could supply energy to that, but whatever.
Whirling snow.
Come on, you. Defend the spike in the time allotted. I gotta do that. Really? You know what? Take this.
Allow me.
Wow. Talk about lousy
Time for
luck.
takeoff.
Ah, whatever.
Yahoo!
Stabilize.
Okay, I have 1 minute to get rid of 6 enemies. It sounds doable, but I don't know. Come on. Where are they? Ah, come on, really?
I will have order.
Talk about lousy luck. Having one of
Brace
those
yourself.
cryotypes. Come on. Ah!
Think you can get away?
Whoops.
Rebuild. My apologies.
Come on. Okay, 3 more.
Embrace the ice.
Come on. 8 more seconds. I don't think I can do this in 8 seconds.
Brace yourself.
1
rude.
second. Did I succeed? Huh. I guess I must have succeeded, because I thought that I'd failed. Whatever. Didn't you say that theoretically there wouldn't be any problems? The spike wound up causing the dark mud to gush out instead. Ah, is that how it is? Ah, to think that I did not factor the ground into my calculations. Ah, what an error. Factor the ground into your calculations? That's right, our previous experiments all took place on softer soil. But within the chasm, the medium through which the spike's energies travel is not soil, but rock, which has very different properties. This has caused a major discrepancy between the earlier calculations and the actual results. Indeed, theory is not mere matter of imagination. Instead, it must be grounded and proven in reality. This proving process seems kind of dangerous, though. Also, why did so much mud come out all at once? Indeed, this place is quite far from the mining complex, so the mud really shouldn't be flowing all the way here. The situation must be more urgent than we imagined. Also, the Pursina spikes has a definite effect on environments affected by the dark mud. This shows that the mud's proliferation is, as I guessed, an issue that stems from the ley lines. This proves the need for experimentation and proof, does it not? Of course, if I had done the experiment myself, I would have wound up being attacked by the monsters. Not that I worried about being injured. That would be a small loss compared to any damage that might be done to the Pursina spike. How would I answer to our great tutor Furnace, or my fellow researchers in the Kasharawar? How do you say that name? You should pay more attention to your own safety nonetheless. True, the data we've collected can be used to adjust the results of our calculations. Now the solutions to these interfering parameters. I believe that there are 4 such methods, though there should only be one that will prove most effective. Thank you so much for helping me with this test run. Aether, I will make some adjustments to the Pursina spikes. Later it can be moved into the mining complex where operations can then begin. You're moving it into the mining complex by yourself? Well, no, I had agreed with Kadive to hire some local miners here to move it. But when they heard that my objective was to resolve the issue of the dark mud, they refused any payment. I've spoken to Kadive and Mooning from the Ministry of Civil Affairs, however. The Moorish will still go to them as compensation. Of course, I'll need you to help start the machine up once it reaches its destination. Okay. So, let me see something very fast. So now I can go to the challenge. So let's claim that. And go to where this is. Automated charging. The Pursina spikes can automatically recharge within the chasm. Defend it such that it can charge without interruptions. Okay. So recommended lumen stone adjuvant enhancement level 3. So they're going to recommend higher level of advancement for the lumen stone for this quest as you go further in. You're here. Yep, we're here to help. I was just checking the Pursina spikes. I must say that Liyue's miners are made of stern stuff. Just 2 of them were enough to transport the spike here. But since the spike has some very fine moving parts, I need to check if it has been affected while in transit. In theory, though, everything should be fine. That's what you said the last time, too, and you nearly got Paimon and Aether into deep trouble. Well, I did say that there is a difference between theory and reality. However, I made sure to check everything before you came. Everything has been prepared, and once initialized and in operation, the spike will not need any initial elemental energy input to maintain its charging state. Wait, it doesn't need any initial energy? It'll just keep charging? Yes, before I had to adapt it to Inazuma's environment, and so I modified it such that it could only charge and operate through the use of Electro. However, that is not the original operating mode of the Pursina spike. Originally, it was intended to function in this sort of environment. In fact, this dark mud is its power source. The mud provides power to the spike? That's right, and that's why the spike is perfectly suited to solving this issue. If you consider it, this dark mud issue that we're having in the chasm has both symptom and source, both of which must be resolved. Of these, the source is, the ley lines? Exactly. As such, we must nip the problem in the bud by sealing the openings in the ley lines through which the dark mud is spewing out. Of course, the sealing of the ley lines will not completely solve the problem of the dark mud that has already come out. However, the Pursina spike has the ability to absorb the energy within the dark mud and decrease its power as a contaminant. This is what we call fixing the symptoms. This way, the dark mud that has already reached the surface will serve as a power source of the Pursina spikes, and as the spike continues operation, it will close the ley lines from which the mud is spewing forth. As for the monsters that have been affected by mud due to long-term exposure, they will lose the enhancements they get from it and will be weakened. Oh, that's 3 birds with 1 stone. You know what? This Percy Spike Seas is better than Paimon thought. It's called Pursina Spike. Pursina's brilliance. It truly is such that one might almost believe that the spike was specifically made to solve problems such as these. If that guess of mine is true, then this whole process of solving the dark mud problem could serve as valuable experimental data in the future. Who knows, this research might even allow me to discover some hitherto unknown principles behind how Pursinas could affect the ley lines using certain devices. This subject has great value, honestly. If I could win the Academia's Kavikavis prize with this, it would be wonderful. What's that? This is a prize that the Academia gives out especially to young researchers. Every year, the sages will go over the research reports sent in and cast votes to select the winner. The criteria for winning are that the subject must be groundbreaking, creative, and that the person sending the report must have great potential and be under 40 years of age. All those who have won the Kavikavis prize while under the age of 40 would go on to win the great renown in the Academia. That sounds awesome. Well, let's start the spike up right now. Let's hope it solves our problem. That said, please take note, Aether, that while the Pursina spike is a very impressive piece of equipment, it is also quite intricate and fragile. If it is hit while operating, or if it is submerged by dark mud, which can cause fouling, the spike will turn off automatically to prevent any further damage. As such, please be aware of the mud and monsters while you operate the device. Okay. Well, I doubt it can't take any damage, or be in the mud for any amount of time, but... Okay, let's start this crazy thing. It is as we suspected, Aether. The spike can indeed charge autonomously. Blah, blah, blah. I can't keep up with all that. It's fine, though.
Let's move out.
There we go.
Time for takeoff.
Come on, gather them all up. Charge process is at 70%. Not 70%, but 17. There we go. Clear the oozing concretions. So I need to clear this to increase the speed at which it charges. Come on, charge my thing up. Come on. This is an interesting challenge.
Hold the line.
In some ways, it feels more straightforward than the other one. Although the other one was just survival. There we go. Come on. Ah. I ran out of charge. I have to go over here and grab this, I guess. Okay. This should be interesting.
Order guide.
Let's stun them all first.
Gather.
And then gather them all up.
Get away.
Ah, come on. Really? You aimed the wrong way?
Take flight.
Sometimes I wonder if it's intentional. Ah, come on.
Whirling snow.
Break his shield. Got him.
Allow me.
Okay, it's at 73 out of 100. There should be no problem getting it up to 100. Okay, do that. There we go, there's another one. Mind you, don't let those monsters hit the spike. Oh.
Unthinkable.
Come on. Let me...
Unthinkable.
Well, this sucks.
Stabilize.
Hold the line. Whirling snow. Coming Sato.
There we go.
My apologies.
Okay, got rid of them. It's at 92 now. And there we go. Okay, awesome. Let's go back and report to him. That was crazy. The effects are better than I thought. We've recorded all the phenomena we've seen and the data we've collected. And most importantly, the dark mud was completely cleared. It's just that... Huh? Why do you look so unhappy? Is it a bad thing that the mining complex is all clean? Let me think. Well, when Kadive and I analyzed the situation previously, we believe that the opening in the ley lines through which the dark mud came should be here. I don't think that such an opening would have been this easy to clear out, so the true entry point must be elsewhere. And in this case, the affected areas also include the frontline mines. Exactly. This means that the point through which the dark mud is flowing in is in the tunnels. Such areas will be far more narrow, allowing the greater buildup of the mud, and making it easier for monsters to swarm in, thus worsening our problem. Still, I have full faith in Pursina spikes. It is, after all, Pursina's great creation. Just let me do a bit of maintenance work on it first. I'll call the miners who have agreed to move the spike into the tunnels over. Huh. Okay. Let me see. I can claim a prize now. So, I'll claim that very fast. And this one is also available. That one will unlock in 10 hours. I think I'm going to move on to Kuki Shinobu's hangout event, though.
I do apologize. As I've explained before, it's a constant battle for Mr. Arataki with his mental instabilities. I know it's caused no end of problems for you, and I can assure you that he regularly feels very remorseful about that too. Exactly. Yes, and that's why he has such a big heart for other people struggling with similar issues. The Arataki support group was actually founded precisely to try and bring something positive out of that. Yes, all of them are good, honest people underneath. It's just a shame that they still haven't found a cure after all this time. Oh, but no, not me. I'm not a sufferer.
What are you doing?
Just the person I need. Mr. Uesugi, my friend here can confirm everything I've told you about Mr. Arataki. To put it simply, he experiences strong emotion more acutely than most and easily becomes highly excitable.
I guess that's true.
And deep down inside, all the members of the Arataki support group are some of the most down-to-earth, kind-hearted people you could ever meet.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's not the full story.
Huh. Even the Traveler is here to vouch for the Arataki gang. So you're saying we've had them wrong all this time?
Shinobu is giving us a look, which means play along. Otherwise, why would Shinobu have stayed in the gang?
You make a good point. You know, I heard Yoriki Owada saying how the Arataki gang's deputy has studied abroad and is well-versed in the law. I was wondering why someone with that much talent would choose to stay with the Arataki gang. Here's the thing, though. We have solid evidence that those three were illegally posting flyers everywhere, and we've received a lot of complaints from members of the local community. I appreciate what you're saying and everything. I'm just not sure I can let them off so easily.
Please accept my sincere apologies once again for all of that. Mamoru and the others probably believed that they would be able to reach more people in need this way. Unfortunately, they were so eager to help that they ended up causing more problems than they solved. The Arataki support group assumes full responsibility. We will work quickly to restore the clean and tidy living environment that the community quite rightly expects. But with only myself available, I'm afraid that it could take a very long time to remove all the flyers. Having their help would have made things much quicker. I'm just a little concerned that if progress is too slow, the complaints will only keep coming, which ultimately only makes more work for you and your colleagues.
All right, fine. I'll go fetch them. But don't think I'm gonna make a habit of this.
Uesugi escorts Arataki
Finally,
out of the police station.
we're saved. Hey! I knew Shinobu wouldn't abandon us. What up? The Arataki gang is back in town.
Okay, where's Ito?
Sorry, they're getting a little overexcited at the prospect of being able to serve the community.
All right, guys. Make sure you get every last one of those flyers back, okay? And don't forget to apologize to the residents and ask for forgiveness.
I assure you, there won't be any problems. Will there, guys?
Yes. No problems. We'll be sure to get the job done.
I really hope letting them go was the right decision. They better not cause any more trouble.
Okay then. So talk to Kuki Shinobu all the way over here. And see if we can help them.
All right then, Shinobu. We'll go apologize then? Yeah, we better be quick, or...
Not so fast. Last month, you almost got the fire brigade out when you were roasting lavender melons. 5 days ago, you angered the whole neighborhood by hosting the great sing-along in the middle of the night. And today, you go plastering flyers all over town. How many times will you have to be arrested before this stops?
But we put up those flyers to tell everyone how great the Arataki gang is.
No more excuses. You know, I had real plans at Uyu Restaurant today. But it looks like you guys need a little slap on the wrist first.
Help! Please, you don't want to do this. You could have just left us in jail instead.
Let's see. Step forward to defend them? Yeah, I'll do
Don't feel
that.
sorry for them. They need to learn their lesson.
It's more important that they apologize.
Yes! Shinobu, please just let us go apologize.
If someone else complains, they'll only arrest us again. And then you'll be forced to help us out again.
I suppose I'll have to teach you a lesson later. So then, where did you post all your flyers,
Well, we left a few on the counter at Shimura's. We figured that people might take a look while they're eating. Also, the bulletin board at Tsukumomono Groceries.
And, also,
Just say it.
right, of course. Also, on the mountain path leading up to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
We wanted to send the message. Why pray for the gods when you can call for the Arataki gang? But we only distributed a few before a terrifying fox lady appeared right behind us.
Really? How terrifying exactly?
Don't make me relive the memory.
Well, anyway, by the time we recovered our wits, we were already at the police station.
We were actually pretty relieved to be there, under the circumstances. Yeah, because it meant we'd escape from the fox lady. Huh? Shinobu, why are you looking at us like that?
It looks like I need to knock some serious sense into you after all.
You said it was just gonna be a slap on the wrist!
We've learned our lesson. Honest. Help!
Let's go apologize at the shrine first.
No, anywhere but the shrine.
Shinobu, we're gonna go apologize to Kanbei now. Bye.
Oh, yeah. And Aoi too! Hey, wait up!
The three young rascals flee as fast as they can.
I swear I've never seen them run that fast before.
Miko seems to have left a lasting impression on them.
Of all the places they could cause a scene, they just had to pick the shrine.
Miko being...
Guess I'll have to suck it up and go sort this out.
Miko being, what do you call it? Yeah, Miko. Anyways, why don't I come with you?
It's not that I don't know anyone there, it's just... Okay, fine. It'll probably go more smoothly with you there. The sooner this is over, the better. I don't want to spend a second longer at that place than I have to.
Shinobu said she doesn't like the shrine.
Anyway, thank you for coming with me.
Well, hello there, little one.
Oh, I see you brought a special guest.
Lady Guji, I'm here to apologize on behalf of the Arataki gang. We will remove all the flyers and compensate the shrine appropriately for any damages. I hope Lady Guji can forgive their appalling behavior.
So that's why you're here. Yes, that is a tricky situation. This is the Grand Narukami Shrine, after all. Ultimately, their actions here are tantamount to disrespecting the Shogun herself.
That's a devilish grin.
So how about this? I've already assigned a Shrine Maiden to clear up your little flyers, so at this moment we are a little understaffed at the shrine. You mentioned appropriate compensation. Perhaps you could fill in for this Shrine Maiden and greet visitors for the day,
I'm afraid I have to refuse.
Oh? Such a hasty refusal. Do you think that's wise? Goodness, who knows what Tenshukaku would make of this if they heard about it.
I can't believe it.
Let's see. Never let her lead you by the nose.
Oh, dear me, don't you trust me? I'm heartbroken.
You've clearly got some mischief planned.
You're both impossible. Go on then, go lend a hand to the Shrine Maiden in charge of removing the flyers. You can have it your way. Take down all the flyers and that will be the end of it. Is that accommodating enough for you?
Yes, suspiciously so.
I agree. This seems out of character for her. Still, getting rid of the flyers should be the Arataki gang's responsibility. Even if there's a catch to this, it can't be as bad as being a Shrine Maiden for the day. Thanks for sticking with me this far. You can leave the rest to me.
Do we have an agreement? Well then, no backing out now. The Shrine Maiden I tasked with cleaning up is just outside the shrine. You'll know her when you see her. She is your sister, after all.
Oh boy.
Miyuki?
Let's leave it there, shall we? Work hard now.
So she still got me in the end. I hate to have to do this, but please stick with me for a little longer. Also,
Sure thing.
as of right now, you're chief advisor of the Arataki gang.
Chief advisor?
I'm sorry, it's all a bit complicated. Come on, let's go outside and find her.
Okay. This is her sister? You look very happy.
Of course. Lady Yai personally assigned this task to me. Oh, it's you, Traveler. Long time no see. Lady Yai has instructed me to clean up all the flyers on the mountain. As for why someone would put these up at a shrine in the first place? Unbelievable. Who was behind it, I wonder? Huh? Who's that standing behind you?
Miyuki, it's been a while.
Shinobu, you finally decided to come back.
Sorry, no. I'm here for other reasons.
Oh, really? The whole family's worried about you. They might not always say the right thing, but deep down...
I'm doing fine, and there's no need to worry about me. There. Just tell them that.
I definitely don't see the resemblance.
I'm gonna need more to go on than that. What's this I've been hearing from visitors? That you've joined some sort of gang since returning from Liyue? That's not the worst of the rumors either. As unlikely as it sounds, I have to ask. Shinobu, did you get tricked into this or something?
I was just about to fill you in on that side of things. As it happens, the gang I work for, it's actually a legitimate international organization.
Really?
Really?
Our organization brings together the brightest talents from all over the world, including this traveler, for instance. A prominent figure in both Mondstadt and Liyue, who has recently joined us as our chief advisor.
Nice to re-meet you.
Wait! Lady Yai did mention something about a world-renowned traveler. So, that's you?
The pleasure is all mine.
That's right. A large part of the reason I traveled all the way to Liyue was for the opportunity to build contacts with these prominent individuals.
I see. Well, that makes sense. So what is the name of this organization?
The Arataki gang.
Huh. The Arataki gang? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's probably on the poster on the wall there.
Wait. That's the name on these flyers.
Yep.
I can explain. That was all due to a marketing campaign gone wrong. We came to the shrine today to clear up the misunderstanding. Our organization is relatively new to Inazuma, and one recurring issue we've had is people misinterpreting what we're about. So, we engaged a local marketing agency to help us communicate our ethos and philosophy more effectively. Unfortunately, something must have gotten misunderstood along the way because the results were quite a disaster. Although, the fault lies overwhelmingly with our partner agency in this case. As a responsible organization, we think we should be the ones to apologize and deal with the fallout.
She's just lying through her teeth completely here.
So, yeah, we can deal with this, and you can go ahead and get back to the shrine.
No way. This task was assigned to me by Lady Yai herself. Look, we can clean up together, can't we? Besides, I also want to hear all about this Arataki gang.
It's like she predicted my every move. All right, fine. The flyers aren't particularly sticky. If we soften them up with water or loosen them up with wind, they'll probably peel right off.
Okay. Sounds like I have to actually do that manually. Yep. Okay. So there's one. Oh.
Stick it to the man. Join the Arataki gang. How do I put this? The artistic style of your marketing material is very...
It's largely inspired by the abstract style, which is very popular in Mondstadt right now, and also incorporates elements from Liyue's inkwash paintings. We paid Top Mora to hire a professional artist for this, and while the finished product is a little, avant-garde, that's exactly in line with the Arataki gang's spirit of being fearlessly creative and radically disruptive.
I see.
Huh. Eventually these lies are gonna catch up with her, right? So the next one should be further down. I like the little artwork that they have for him, though. I wonder if they would let you keep him.
Arataki numero uno Ito. Ousting his foes like a sumo supremo. This Arataki Ito, is he your leader in Inazuma? I've heard a few rumors.
Mr. Arataki is a pioneering genius and the face of our organization. Naturally, plenty of our competitors seek to smear him. Mr. Arataki is generous and easygoing by nature and is reluctant to get bogged down with fighting spurious allegations. Plus, the fact that he is an Oni can make certain topics a little tricky to navigate. Nevertheless, we still reserve the right to sue for defamation if it comes to it.
Really? Wow, that sounds tough.
Huh. Okay, on to the next one. And it should be further down, I imagine. Right here. Okay.
The Arataki gang is filled with folks who talk the talk and walk the walk. It looks like there are some members mentioned on the back. Mamoru, Genta, Akira... Hold on. If your organization has so many members, how come you and the chief advisor had to come and apologize in person?
Well, first and foremost, we wanted to convey our most heartfelt apologies to the shrine and to Lady Guji. Secondly, the other members are dealing with more pressing issues. Right now, they're in talks with our external marketing team about this incident. Mamoru and the others have, far greater legal expertise and negotiating skills than I do, so they had to be the ones attending the talks.
Uh-huh.
Wow. The Arataki gang managed to find staff even more qualified than you. Now that's impressive.
Okay, then.
Alright. I think this area is looking good now. Let's head down the mountain.
Oh. We still have more to clean up? Oh. I think that's one of the...
What are you doing here?
Shinobu, we're so sorry.
Oh no, they're gonna mess it up.
We've come to our senses now. We can't let you face the shrine alone. even though we're still a little scared. Actually, I'm feeling a little weak in the knees.
Hang in there, Akira. We gotta do this. We have to go and apologize to her in person.
Huh. Akira.
Don't worry about them, Yuki. Let's get down the mountain and clear up those flyers.
It's all right, Shinobu. We've already gotten rid of all the flyers down there.
Huh? You cleaned up already? But I thought Shinobu and the Traveler were the only ones who came...
We came here as quickly as we could after we finished apologizing in the city. After all, this was all our fault.
Mamoru, Genta, and I were the ones who came up with the idea of the boss designing his own flyers, and we were the ones who put them up all over town and got arrested for it. So, it just seems wrong to make Shinobu face that woman at the shrine all by herself.
Uh-huh, yep. They completely ruined it.
Mamoru and Genta? Arrested? The flyers were designed by the boss?
Busted.
What the heck is going on here, Shinobu? Does this mean that the rumors I heard are...
True? Yes. Most of them, anyway.
So, what happened? Did you get tricked into joining them? If the rest of the family hears about this, oh, goodness gracious!
No. I joined of my own free will. It's not as spectacular as I was making it out to be. But I'm happy with what I'm doing. Go ahead and tell the family if you want. Tell them everything. I don't think being a member of the Arataki gang is anything to feel ashamed about. Even if you drag me back kicking and screaming, you know I'll only find a way to escape again.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling we've messed up again.
Gee, you think?
Is she going to turn Shinobu in? Hey, we're the ones who messed up the shrine. Shinobu had nothing to do with it.
Where's that other lady? Bring her out. Go on. She'll confirm it was all our fault.
I'm at a loss for words, Shinobu. I really am. All right. I promise I won't tell anyone at home. Don't worry.
What?
You're not a little kid anymore. And you're more widely traveled and have met more people than any of us. At the end of the day, it's your choice what you decide to do. And I have to say, the rumors do unnerve me a little bit, but... Look, they came here to support you. Despite obviously being terrified of Lady Yai. Since you've chosen the Arataki gang, just promise me you'll do your best to make all the things you used to talk about come true.
Sis.
What's going on here?
Things are working out despite your mess up.
I don't know, but it looks like...
Maybe we don't need to get that terrifying lady to come and confirm our story after all.
Besides, if even the Traveler has decided to join, then the future of the Arataki gang looks very bright, doesn't it?
About that chief advisor thing.
Chief Advisor, if you'd like to discuss the Arataki gang's future development, let's step to the side, please.
Okay. Oh. Time for some secret dealings. For the sake of the Arataki gang's future, you suppose you can play this chief advisor role for a bit? I'll save that. Okay, awesome. So let's claim the prize for getting the ending. And let's see. Which path did I end up taking? Oh, I don't need to actually go to the end of the path. But it's nice to know which path I ended up taking anyways. So this is where I'm going to be stopping. I may end up doing some more of the drumalong stuff off camera or on camera. I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do with that. Aside from that, the next time I play, I'm going to continue the quest with the Pursina spikes, as well as, do the next part of Kuki Shinobu's hangout event. Get another ending or two. Depends on how quickly I do the Pursina spike stuff. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!